This is Republic and you're watching This is Exclusive with me, Sharvin Singh. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight I come to you with two exclusive investigations done by Republic TV. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, it is a reality. Infiltration in India. Illegal infiltration that has been taking place and politics that has been done over this entire matter. Why shouldn't our politicians be concerned about what's really happening? The changing demographic. While the politicians have spoken with their political interest, vested political interest, here on Republic TV, we speak for the people of this nation. And that's the reason why tonight we come to you with two set of investigation which talks about the reality of infiltration in this country and why you viewers should be worried. Let's take you through the other story that we're going to track tonight. 3 innocent lives were lost. You've already had the political parties once again bickering over this entire matter. Delhi has turned out to be the coaching hub as far as UPSC is concerned. But what's the reality? The reality is this: in cramped up spaces where money is being taken away from the students only to chase their dreams of UPSC, but in return, this is what they've been getting. Tonight, we bring you another ground investigation to get you a sense of how exactly Delhi's coaching centers are really running in the national capital. Let's now take you through the headlines we're tracking at this hour. Pan-India infiltration nexus exposed. Assam, Bengal, Jharkhand and now Karnataka. UP registered threat of illegal infiltration. Fake IDs, bribes used to sneak into India illegally. After reports of thousands of Rohingyas and Bangladeshis settling in Raebareli, ATS investigation reveals that there was ongoing conspiracy to grant Indian citizenship to the infiltrators. Illegal infiltration threat looms large in multiple states after Nishikant Dubey and Assam Chief Minister Himanta Biswa Sarma raises an alarm on demographic change. Republic Network investigation exposes illegal infiltration in Bengaluru. Admission on camp. Apathy, negligence and laxity takes lives of 3 students. Documents show how Delhi Minister Saurabh Bhardwaj was sent a file last year regarding how there were interventions needed to control the flood sewage situation in Delhi. That, ladies and gentlemen, has been on the desk till date. Republic deep investigation into illegal basement of coaching centers in Old Rajendra Nagar. Delhi's coaching hub explodes. Students reveal how they had to send an SOS call to authorities regarding waterlogging and how it was conveniently ignored. Tonight, ladies and gentlemen, I come to you with 2 fantastic ground investigations that will take you through the reality of illegal infiltration in our country and why politicians who are simply bickering over this entire issue should be watching what's really happening in multiple cities of our country. Not just the national capital, where the focus has been always, and also Bengal. But we are going to show you what's really happening in other states, in Uttar Pradesh and in Karnataka. Ladies and gentlemen, the Congress party too also would have to answer certain questions. After all, tonight we bring to you a ground investigation from Congress's bastion in Raebareli, where action has been taken. But that's just one part of what you have seen so far. Let's now take you through some of the key takeaways from the investigation that has been carried out. One investigation that has been carried out by our network sister channel, Republic Kannada. Let's now take you through the details of it. How exactly has the infiltration really begun? It's on camera where you've had Bangladeshi infiltrators admitting that yes, they crossed over after making a payment. That's one big takeaway from the investigation that's been carried out. So you're looking at infiltration from Bengal. That's the key takeaway, the first key takeaway. Let's now take you through the second takeaway coming in from the investigation that has been carried out. They're clearly admitting no documents. They do not possess any documents. So it's very clear that they crossed over after making certain payment. So whom did they make the payment to? Now that question's answer will come up in the report that we're going to present to you in a short while from now. That's key takeaway number 2. Let's move to the other. Infiltration racket, just for about 2,000 rupees. That's the amount of money that they are actually paying to cross over into India. And it starts from the key route of Bengal, various parts of Bengal where there is a porous border leading into a situation where they are just moving in. Let's take you through takeaway number 4 of the investigation that has been carried out. Low income jobs. So what is essentially happening is that not only staying in Bengal, but moving to other states where there is a prospect of low income jobs. And that's where it appears the focus has been. Now let's first take you, before I bring to you our Republic sister channel's investigation, what's really happening in the state of Uttar Pradesh. You have never heard this in the past. That citizenship has been on sale. One village in Raebareli where there's been only one Muslim family, but over 1,000 have already been given documents from that very village. Those domicile certificates have also been given. It turns out that 1,000 such people have been granted these documents, which the UP ATS suspects could be the first step of acquiring a citizenship. Take a look at this detailed report coming in from Raebareli.
Bengal, Assam and Jharkhand, and now in Uttar Pradesh's Raebareli, Anti-Terrorism Squad's investigation has brought to fore yet another infiltration racket. The UP ATS is investigating a racket involving 20,000 fake certificates linked to Bangladeshi and Rohingya infiltrators. The ATS is calling it a huge conspiracy to fabricate documents to facilitate citizenship in India. The ATS has also nabbed Mohammad Zishan and his father, who had emerged at the starting point for this infiltration racket in Raebareli. The two were generating fake birth and death certificates under the garb of what they used to call a cyber cafe.
उत्तर प्रदेश के रायबरेली में राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा का एक हैरान करने वाला मामला सामने निकल के आया है, जहां पर रायबरेली के जीशान ने इतने सारे फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट बनाए हैं कि ये राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा के लिए खतरे की घंटी हो गई है। दरअसल जीशान ने इस दुकान से, ये रायबरेली के एक हिस्से में उसकी दुकान है, ऑनलाइन जन सेवा केंद्र और फोटो स्टेट, इसी दुकान से तकरीबन 20,000 से ज्यादा फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट्स बनाए हैं।
Republic leaves no stone unturned in this highly charged investigation. Visuals from Zishan's house show how the accused financials took a massive turn after engaging in forgery of such integral documents that serve as the stepping stones to citizenship claims.
ईशान, जिसने तमाम फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट बनाए हैं, उसकी ग्राउंड पर पड़ताल करते करते हम उसके पैतृक निवास पर पहुंचे हैं। ये उस गांव का घर है जहां से उसका परिवार रहने वाला है। इसी गांव के ये रहने वाले लोग हैं। जो ग्राम है, इसी गांव में ये तमाम परिवार के लोग रहते थे और आज से लगभग 25 साल पहले इस घर को छोड़ के पास की एक बस्ती में पहुंच गए थे। ग्राम इस्लाम ये गांव का नाम है और इसके साथ ही इस घर को छोड़ के तमाम जो परिजन हैं वो चले गए।
An interview with a village council member from Islampur further exposes glaring lapses of how over 10,000 births were registered from a village where the entire population itself is only around 6,000 people.
इसमें फर्जीवाड़ा हुआ है, बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट बने। हमारे गांव की आबादी 6500 से 7000 है और बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट 10,000 है। आबादी अगर 10,000 बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट हैं तो कम से कम 21,000 हमारे यहाँ आबादी हो जाए।
कुछ आंकड़े निकल के आए हैं कि क्या आबादी के बने हैं, क्या किस बस्ती के किसी घर की बात आई हो कि एड्रेस में कोई घर लिखा हो और एक ही एड्रेस पे कई, क्योंकि अगर 6000 की आबादी में 10,000 बन जा रहे हैं तो एक ही एड्रेस पे कई हो।
किसी घर का एड्रेस नहीं उसमें, जन्म स्थान नूरुद्दीनपुर दिखाया गया है।
Listen to how this entire citizenship on sale racket was operationalized right here in the Gandhi Bastion of Raebareli.
दहशत होगी, गांव में लोग बात कर रहे होंगे कि उन्हीं के गांव के पते पे किसके किसके कागज बन गए हैं, कोई आके बस जाएगा, कोई कहीं कोई घटना कहीं देश में घटेगी, नाम आ जाएगा, क्या बात है?
बिल्कुल दहशत में है गांव कि लोग इस तरह का कहीं कोई भी जा करके आतंकवादी घटना या किसी घटना को अंजाम दे दें और नाम हमारे गाँव का बदनाम होगा, तो बहुत बड़ी बात है।
सरकार से अपील करेंगे, मुख्यमंत्री से, क्या योगी जी से क्या अपील?
मुख्यमंत्री जी से यही अपील करेंगे कि एक एक प्रपत्रों की बखूबी जांच होनी चाहिए, जिससे जितना भी मामला हुआ है वो सारा मामला खुल के सामने आना चाहिए।
गणेश नाम नगर रायबरेली का वो हिस्सा जहां हम पहुंचे हैं इस जांच पड़ताल के लिए, यहां पर भी फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट की बात बताई जा रही है। इस गांव के प्रधान हमारे संग मौजूद हैं। ये पूरे रायबरेली में फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट की बात हुई, जरा बताइए आपके यहाँ क्या?
हमारे यहाँ का 265 जो है परिवार जो जन्म मृत्यु का पंजीयन रजिस्टर है उसमें जन्म मृत्यु 265 पंजीकृत है, जो यहाँ के निवासी हैं, यहाँ के मरने वाले हैं। उसके अलावा 2200 के लमसम जो है फर्जी सर्टिफिकेट बनाया गया है। अब इसमें जो भी जिम्मेदार लोग हैं उनके खिलाफ कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए, जांच होनी चाहिए। ये बाहरी लोग जो हमारे गांव में 2200 बना दिए गए हैं, ये कहाँ के हैं, कहाँ के रहने वाले, ये सारी चीज़ें क्लियर होनी चाहिए। उच्च अधिकारियों से जांच करवानी चाहिए और जो भी सर्टिफिकेट में दोषी पाए जाते हैं उनके खिलाफ सरकारी कार्रवाई जो भी होता है वो कार्रवाई होनी चाहिए।
A seat which the Congress has held for over 20 years. Glaring questions have now come to the fore. How the demography of Raebareli was systematically being changed, one village at a time. The question remains, how deep do such rackets run in the Yogi-ruled Uttar Pradesh? And is there a political backing for the citizenship for sale mafia?
Let's now deep dive and take you through the details of this investigation that has been carried out by my colleague Ajay Dubey in Raebareli. We've also gone to that very village where the certificates were issued. We are talking about Islampur, where the village council member has now spoken. He says over 10,000 birth certificates were registered from this particular village, where the entire population is just about 6,500 only. So how did it all start? It started with Mohammad Zishan and his father carrying out this entire racket from a cyber cafe. We're going to play that report in a short while from now. It's the hub of the fake IDs that were created and were being issued. Listen in to what the village council member had to tell my colleague Ajay Dubey.
रायबरेली में फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट का मामला इतना बढ़ा हुआ है कि जिन गांवों की आबादी जितनी नहीं है उससे कई गुना ज़्यादा फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट बना दिए गए हैं। ऐसा ही एक गांव है जिस गांव में हम पहुंचे हैं बात करने के लिए। सदस्य जो इस गांव से प्रतिनिधि हैं, आप बताइए जरा गांव का नाम और क्या हुआ है, बताइए कहानी।
ग्राम पंचायत नूरुद्दीनपुर है। इसमें फर्जीवाड़ा हुआ है बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट बनने में। हमारे गांव की आबादी 6500 से 7000 है और बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट 10,200 बने हैं।
अब जरा बताइए डिटेल वाइज कि 6500 आबादी में 10,000 बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट बन जाए। आप तो गांव के पूरा प्रधान रहे हैं, परिजन आपके प्रधान हैं। सामान्यतः बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट अगर एक साल में इतने बने तो आबादी कितनी होनी चाहिए गांव की?
अरे आबादी अगर 10,000 बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट हैं तो कम से कम 22,000 21-22,000 हमारे यहाँ आबादी होनी चाहिए।
और आबादी 6,000 की है। तो ये लड़का जो है, जरा इस लड़के के बारे में आप भी जानते हैं जिसने सारा कांड कराया है? उस लड़के के बैकग्राउंड के बारे में आप जानते हैं?
नहीं, इनके पिता बताते थे कि ये कहीं बाहर रहता है, तैयारी कर रहा है, क्या कर रहा है, लेकिन ये तैयारी नहीं कर रहा था। इसकी सारी तैयारी यही फ्रॉड वाली है। इसके तार बहुत दूर तक जुड़े हैं, इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए।
आपके गांव की कुछ आंकड़े निकल के आए हैं कि क्या आबादी के बने हैं, क्या किस बस्ती के किसी घर की बात आई हो कि एड्रेस में कोई घर लिखा हो और एक ही एड्रेस पे कई, क्योंकि अगर 6000 की आबादी में 10,000 बन जा रहे हैं तो एक ही एड्रेस पे कई होंगे।
किसी घर का एड्रेस नहीं उसमें, जन्म स्थान नूरुद्दीनपुर दिखाया गया है।
अच्छा, आपके घर में कागज भी होंगे जिनमें ये सब चीजें आई होंगी? आप तो ग्राम के सदस्य हैं।
ये सारे कागज जो है ग्राम विकास अधिकारी के पास होते हैं। इसका ग्राम प्रधान से कोई लेना देना नहीं होता।
यादव अधिकारी जो थे वो भी गिरफ्तार हुए?
जी, वो भी गिरफ्तार।
क्या लगता है आपकी समझ के हिसाब से हुआ क्या है? क्या कोशिश की गई है? क्या ये राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा से जुड़ा मामला है?
ये राष्ट्रीय सुरक्षा से जुड़ा मामला है। इसमें तमाम बाहरी लोगों के जन्म प्रमाण पत्र बनाए गए हैं। जन्म स्थान नूरुद्दीनपुर दिखा करके हाल पता जो उसमें दर्ज है वो बाहर का है। इसकी जांच होनी चाहिए कि वहाँ पे निवास कर रहे हैं कि नहीं कर रहे हैं, यहाँ पे फर्जी बर्थ सर्टिफिकेट कैसे बनवा लिए।
गांव में तो दहशत होगी, गांव में लोग बात कर रहे होंगे कि उन्हीं के गांव के पते पे किसके किसके कागज बन गए हैं, कोई आके बस जाएगा, कोई कहीं कोई घटना कहीं देश में घटेगी, नाम आ जाएगा, क्या बात कर रहे हैं?
जी बिल्कुल दहशत में है गाँव कि लोग इस तरह का कहीं कोई भी जा करके आतंकवादी घटना या किसी घटना को अंजाम दे दें और नाम हमारे गाँव का बदनाम होगा तो बहुत बड़ी बात हो गई ना।
क्या सरकार से अपील करेंगे, मुख्यमंत्री से, क्या योगी जी से क्या अपील करेंगे?
मुख्यमंत्री जी से यही अपील करेंगे कि एक एक प्रपत्रों की बखूबी जांच होनी चाहिए, जिससे जितना भी मामला हुआ है वो सारा मामला खुल के सामने आना चाहिए।
तो देखिए ये सदस्य हैं और पूरी बात बता रहे हैं। हैरान करने वाली बात है, जहाँ की आबादी 6000 है वहाँ पर जन्म ही एक साल में 10,000 से ज़्यादा लोगों का हो जा रहा है। भय है गाँव के लोगों में, ये भी बात बता रहे हैं।
Well, we've just showed you what's happening in Raebareli. There's a national picture that is emerging. It all starts with infiltration taking place from states like Assam and West Bengal. But what happens thereafter? For the longest time, you've had political leaders from one political hue really coming out and saying that, look here, we need to open the doors for them. But the reality is this, ladies and gentlemen, from this investigation that has been carried out by a sister channel, Republic Kannada, it is very clear that the authorities, the border areas, are colluding with certain agents. Money is being handed out, and you've had Bangladeshi infiltrators crossing over. This investigation brings to you the crossover plan. Take a look at this report.
Bengal, Jharkhand, Assam, and many more coming to the fore. Republic's investigation has now gathered momentum.
आज क्या हो रहा है? बांग्लादेश का घुसपैठ हमारे यहाँ लगातार बढ़ रहा है। जो आदिवासी महिलाएं हैं उनके साथ बांग्लादेशी घुसपैठिए शादी कर रही है। हिंदू और मुसलमान का सवाल नहीं है। हमारे यहाँ जो लोकसभा का चुनाव लड़ती हैं महिला, आदिवासी कोटे से लड़ती हैं, उनके पति मुसलमान हैं। जिला परिषद की जो अध्यक्षा हैं उनके पति मुसलमान हैं। मुखिया जो आदिवासी होते हैं, और ये टोटल जो है आप समझे हमारे यहाँ 100 आदिवासी मुखिया है जो आदिवासी के नाम पर है, और उसके पति जो है सभी के सभी मुसलमान हैं।
Amid the raging nationwide discourse on the rampantly evolving demography, Republic Kannada's deep investigation has exposed the illegal infiltration racket stemming from Bangladesh. The crossover plan, the bribe, the route taken, Republic Kannada's month-long investigation finally blows the lid. Watch.
आपका नाम क्या है?
अलामी
कहाँ से है?
वो बांग्लादेशी के सर।
बांग्लादेश। कब आया बैंगलोर? कितने महीने से यहाँ पर?
वो 1 महीना हो गया।
1 महीना हो गया। कैसे आया वहाँ से?
वो बॉर्डर का आया सर। वो बॉर्डर का वो
कैसे बॉर्डर क्रॉस किया?
वो 4-5 हज़ार दिया तो क्रॉस कर।
किसको?
वो आदमी के मालूम नहीं सर।
वो बॉर्डर कैसे क्रॉस करते हैं आप लोग?
कोई पासपोर्ट में आता है, कोई ब्लैक में आता है।
ब्लैक में कैसे?
पैसा बीडीआर है ना, उसको पैसा देना पड़ेगा।
किसको?
बीडीआर को।
बीडीआर नहीं?
वो आर्मी बीडीआर देता है।
हाँ।
उसको
कितना पैसा?
कितना? वो गरीब आदमी हम लोग पेट के लिए आया इधर, 2-4 हज़ार रुपये देना देता हूँ।
The confession is on camera. How many Bangladeshi infiltrators have already entered India is a question nobody has any answer to. Even the Assam Chief Minister has sounded an SOS over the changing demography. The threat of illegal infiltration is a matter of national security, and the time to act against it is now. It's time for Pan-India NRC implementation. The rising numbers in infiltration patterns has engulfed the entire nation with concerns that now loom large.
Well, in fact, spearheading this entire investigation is my colleague and our executive editor, Niranjan, and my colleague from Raebareli, Ajay Dubey, who's got us that full detailed report as to how exactly this racket has been going on for several months put together. But first, to you, Niranjan, this is an investigation that has been carried out for several months put together. A pattern has essentially emerged. This is not only about the few that have been caught on camera, but a large number of such Bangladeshi infiltrators are working in Bengaluru. There has been an impact. Walk us through the details that you're getting in.
Shravan, let me tell you one thing that, what's been a subject of debate, subject of speculation, subject of political face-offs in the state, not just in the state of Karnataka. For several years, we've speculated that there have been Bangladeshi infiltrators. There are these random raids that are conducted and a few people are arrested and we don't know what happens after that. And we know because we've been reporting here and for the last over 1 month, we've been investigating and tracking these people. So it's perhaps the only time I haven't seen any other network expose Bangladeshi infiltrators to the extent that we have, because you have 6 people, 6 infiltrators admit on camera that yes, I crossed over from Bangladesh. They even named the district, Shravan. They say I crossed over from Khulna. Khulna is third largest city of Bangladesh. They say that they bribed their way through the borders. They paid bribes to the BDR. BDR is the Bangladesh Rifles. They look after the borders. And they say there are agents, you pay them anywhere between 2,000 rupees to 20,000 rupees. They make sure that they get you from either Assam or Bengal to Bengaluru in Karnataka. Let me tell you, Shravan, off record, security sources telling Republic that there may be 500,000 or more Bangladeshi infiltrators in Karnataka alone. These are conservative estimates, Shravan, because they are everywhere. Infiltrators working as daily wage laborers, as agricultural, daily wagers. They're working as delivery boys. They're working as cooking staff. They're working as garbage cleaners. And we've been tracking them. They know, the police knows exactly where they are. Politicians know exactly where their camps are. This morning after we broadcast the story, there was a raid outside of Bengaluru, and most of the what you call the Bangladeshi infiltrator camps, but they call it the Bangladeshi camps, are on the outskirts of Bengaluru. They've been raided, and we've been told that there are going to be more raids in the next few days. We don't want to stop at just the raids. We want to see that there is some logical conclusion to this, because these infiltrators not just have jobs, some of them in the government. Let me tell you, some of them have BBMP or the government jobs, which means they have government IDs, they have Aadhaar cards, some have voter cards. We don't know how many of them are used as vote banks in different parts of Karnataka. But the more alarming aspect is that, they've been able to access government jobs and are getting government schemes, which means here in Karnataka, you've had the longest debate about guarantee schemes. They may be getting free food grain. They may be getting your free bus rides. They may be getting 2,000 rupees a month. And that is meant for the people of Karnataka. And if they are also getting that, then you can imagine the extent to which this debate is going to blow up in the next few days. And I think if you hear these 6 clips, each of them confesses they are from Bangladesh and they infiltrated.
Well, it's just the tip of the iceberg, because it appears not just in the state of Karnataka, but also in the state of Uttar Pradesh, where a pattern is emerging of the infiltrators being present, and the fact that over a period of time, they've also been able to get access to government jobs. Let me bring in my colleague Ajay Dubey, who's tracked down the story of what's really happening in Raebareli. It's shocking to say the least, where just about 6,500 people are present at one village. 10,000 certificates have already been distributed. Ajay, the big takeaways from the investigation that you have carried out in Raebareli.
Definitely, Shravan, I went to those villages which this case is related to, and the leaders of those villages and the people from the villages, they are telling me that this is very surprising from them, and they are much in fear because of this thing. The birth certificate given to the people is very surprising. They are saying if they will come to their village, where are they going to live, and will they let us live in the peace? So people are scared because of this. And the important part is that the Hindu organizations and the leaders from BJP, they have written a letter to the Chief Minister Yogi Adityanath and to the whole Home Minister also to investigate this issue. They are saying that this is related with ISI and with the Rohingyas and Bangladeshi infiltrators. They are trying to influence the demography of this area to get the lead in the political things, and so such allegations are there. But the important part is that how this thing is done. A video officer and a local boy, they came together
Right.
and they did this thing, and now there are more than 20,000 fake birth certificates.
Well, thank you very much, Ajay, for getting us the latest details from Raebareli, as well as Niranjan, who spearheaded the entire investigation. Remember, this is an investigation that has been carried out for almost a month, and we are not stopping here, ladies and gentlemen. But that's all that we could pack in this edition of This Is Exclusive. We'll be back tomorrow at the same time with more news.